Hello friends, welcome again. Sumit this side. In this session, we will talk about another lead code problem, which is problem number 176, second highest salary. A very famous problem across all the interviews, and you will find it a lot many times. Now, when we talk about this particular problem, you can see the acceptance rate is 35%, and it is the difficulty level of this problem is medium. The previous one that we have solved was easy. This one falls in medium category. So let us try seeing what exactly is that. Okay. So if you can see the problem, we have an employee table where we have two columns, ID and salary. ID means employee ID and salary means employee salary. ID is the primary key column for this table. Each row of this table contains information about salary of an employee. That's fine. Write an SQL query to report the second highest salary from the employee table. That means if you have this kind of data, what you want to get as an answer is 200. Right? Another example is when we have just one employee, let's say, then in this case, the second highest salary won't be anything. In this case, we should be returning a null. Right? Now, if let's say there are some employees, the first employee has a salary of 100, then another employee also 100, then another one, let's say 200, and let's say 200. Then in this case, let me ask you, what is the second highest salary? The first highest is 200, the second highest is 100, right? So I mean, if we have multiple salaries where salaries are repeating, then we should consider it as one only, right? So the second highest in this case is not 200, but it should be 100 ideally. I hope you understood this point, right? Because you might think, okay, highest I can consider 200 and then second highest is also 200. No, 200 is the highest salary, second highest is 100 among this. So let us try to solve this problem. So let's see. So basically, we will see various approaches to write this. We understand that ID is one column and salary is another. ID comma salary. That is fine. Let's see one of the easiest approach to do this. I can say, or let me ask you, how to find the max salary. You can simply say select max salary, select max salary from employee. I hope you will agree with me that this is how we find the maximum salary. But do we have to really find the maximum? No. We have to find something which is lesser than this and is the maximum. Right? For example, if you have 100, 200, 300, 400, you want, when you run this will give you answer as, what will be the answer? 400. Now you want something which is maximum but lesser than this 400. How to write this query? Select max salary from employee where salary is less than, and we can put this, where salary is less than this one. That means where salary is less than 400. I want maximum salary from this where salary is less than 400. What will be the answer? 300. Right? You can just have a look. Let me try running this and see what happens. It might not work, we will change it, right? But my whole intention is to show you what exactly this will do. Let me say run code and it will fail or it will not work. It will say wrong answer. The reason being, the output is, you can see the header, max salary, values 200. Value is coming fine. That means when we have three employees where first employee salary is 100, second is 200, third is 300, the answer should be 200. That's fine. But the header should be second highest salary. and I forgot to change the header. I should give it a alias name. Let me do that now. So what I should say as second highest salary. Second highest salary. Right? Second highest salary is what I have to say. You have to give the correct name, otherwise it won't again work. Let me run this now. And let's see what happens. I will say run code. And you can see this is accepted. Now let me try to submit it, because if your code is running does not mean when you submit it will work, because it will go through a lot of other test cases also. I have submitted it and you can see the solution is being accepted. The solution is being accepted faster than 22%. You do not have to really worry, because if I run it or submit it next time, it can be totally different. It depends on a lot of factors. Faster than 93%. So that means this particular feature I don't think is that great, but it's fine. So this is the code that we have written. You can just have a look. Now you can sense very well that this is working when we are finding the second highest salary. What if people would have asked you to calculate the third highest, fourth highest, fifth highest? Is this a generic solution? No. This is not a generic solution. This is okay when we have to find the second highest or third highest. When we have to find the third highest, we might have to again have one more, this kind of query, right? So this is the above solution. The above solution is not a generic solution. If someone asks you to find the 10th highest salary, you cannot gracefully do it from this kind of thing. No, it won't work. So, what should be the right approach to have this, right? Or let's see the second way. So, the first way is this solution 1, which is a workable solution, right? Let's see the second solution now. Solution 2. Okay. So, let us see. What we can do is select salary as, or select salary from employee. I'll explain you. Select salary from employee, order by salary, right? That means we are saying we want the salaries from employee ordered by salary in descending orders. How we say salary order by salary, DSC. For example, if we have salaries like 100, 300, 200 and 400, what it will give me as the answer is 400, 300, 200 and 100, right? This is what it will give me as the answer. And now, which one I have to select among this? Which one I have to select among this is 300. So what I would say, I will say offset 1, offset 1, limit 1. That means offset means first one I want to discard. I want to discard the first one and I want to say limit 1. That means I want to discard first one when I say offset 1. That means it should start from here. And I'm saying get me just one record. That's why limit 1. If I say limit 2, it would give me 300 and 200. But I just want 300 as the answer. I will run it, but there is a problem with this. I'll show you that. But before that, what is the name of the column that we want? Second highest salary. So select salary as second highest salary from employee, order by salary in descending order, so that we get like this. We want to discard the first one. That's why we have set offset 1. And we just want to get 300 as the answer. So we are saying limit 1. If I run this, this will definitely not work. But we have reached close to the actual solution, but this will not work. Let me show you that. We'll see this, right? So this has given me a syntax error because limit 1 we have to put first. That's fine, we can do that like this. Let me try. So you can see the solution here is accepted because whatever limited test cases were there for this exception, it has passed. But when I say submit, I really feel it should not work. It says wrong answer, right? It says wrong answer. What is the whole point of we getting a wrong answer here? You can see one thing very well, that in this case, what has happened, let's say when there is just one employee, when there is just one employee, we are getting empty as the answer. We want null, right? We are not getting any answer in that case when there is just one employee. It's like empty. But we want null as the answer. So that's why what we need to do is we can have a condition. I'll just write it here. I'll take it and I will try to modify. So we can say select if null, or I can write it here, select if null. If null, that means if this answer is null by any chance, then what we have to do? Select if null, select salary as second highest salary. This I will put outside. The alias is not required here now because we'll put it outside. Select salary from employee, order by salary, DESC, limit 1, offset 1. Right? This would give me, let's say, 300 as answer in this case. But what if the input is just 100? In that case, what this will give me? Nothing. That's where we want null as the answer. So select if null, this thing. So if this returns anything other than null, it will be that thing. Otherwise, it will give us null as the answer. Basically, how if null function works is that if the first thing inside this gives us any value, it will take that. Otherwise, it will give us null. And now I will say as second highest salary. Now let me run this, and might be this does not work again, but this is a better solution than the previous one. Let's see. And if it does not work, we will see what has happened. I am saying run code. What has happened? There is some select. Let me just check. Select if null. Okay. There is one more bracket, right? That will come. Yeah. The matching bracket we have to put. That is fine. Let me run it now. It has accepted. Let me submit. Okay. It has not worked. What's the problem now? What's the problem? You can see this particular test case is failing. When we have two employees, right? Employee 1 and employee 2, both have salaries as 100. What should be the answer in this case? Right? What should be the answer in this case? The answer should be actually null because ideally 100 is the first highest salary, second highest is null. But our answer, what we are getting is 100. Expected is null, right? So this test case we will take, both are 100. What will happen? In this case, what we will do is select salary from employee, order by salary. Okay, it's ordered. Limit 1, offset 1. Right? That means we are saying remove this and give me this 100 as the answer. Right? But what we should have considered here is distinct, because when the salaries are same, we should be, I mean, for example, if you can see this way, 100, 50, 50, right? If we go with this logic, the answer should be 100. But what should be the right answer here? 50. So that means we should be doing a distinct on this and distinct on this. So select distinct salary from employee. That means even if there are repetitions, any number of repetitions, right? It will consider it as 1. Select distinct salary from employee ordered by salary DESC. That means first it will order it this way and get the distinct of salaries. That means it will give me 100 and 50. Now among this it will see offset 1. That means it will discard this and give limit 1 as the answer. That means 50 will be the answer. So I have to use this distinct keyword here to make it better or to make it runnable. Let me see this now. I will say run code. Okay. I will say submit. And you can see this has worked or the answer is accepted. And this can be a much more generic solution, because if you have to find the, let's say, third highest, what you will do? If you have to find the third highest, you will say offset 2, because the first 2 you will discard. If you have to find the fifth highest, you will say offset 4. So this solution is quite a generic solution. You can just check that out, right? So for example, if we have, let's say, some salaries as 10,000, 20,000, right? 20,000 and let's say 5,000, okay? Sorry, 50,000 and let's say 50,000, like this. Let's say if you have. How this will work is, first this inner query will work. It will order the salaries based on descending order. So it will become 50,000, 50,000, 20,000, 20, and 10,000. This is how it will do. Then it will do a distinct on the salaries. That means this will remove this, or again like this. This is how it will become. In this now, it will say, okay, I have to say offset 1, right? It will say offset 1. That means we are discarding this, and limit 1. I'm saying get me this record. Only 1. If I say limit 2, get me both of it. So we are saying limit 1, that means 20,000. Right? But now why we have put it is inside if null? For example, if we have, let's say, only, let's say, 3 people with salaries 50,000. In this case, what is the second highest salary? It's unknown. It's unknown because this 50,000 is the first highest salary. There are 3 employees, all with salary 50,000. Answer should be null in this case. So now how this works is, it will order by salary, descending order, fine, it remains the same. It will do a distinct so that it becomes like this. It will say offset 1, that means it's discarding this and then trying to print one other thing. There is nothing, right? So in such cases, when you put if null and there is no value that is returned, then it will give us null as the answer. Otherwise, if some value is returned, it will take this, the first clause, and give whatever value. So that's how this will work, and this is the second solution for the same problem. Now we will see one more solution to this. The solution number 3. Solution 3. Okay. Now in this we will use dense rank function, right? I have covered it in my SQL videos that what is a dense rank. We'll see that in action now. So what we can do is, I will say select salary, comma, dense dense rank function I am using, over because when you are saying dense rank, you have to use over, and you have to use a order by clause. Order by salary DESC. If I do this, what will be my answer? Let me take some data set and try to show you. I will again go to the description and let me copy these three. Right? Let me copy these three and let me put another this thing 4, and let's say this is also 300. I'm just having some data set for this, and let's say this is 200. Let's say this is the case. What I'm trying to do is select salary comma dense rank over order by salary DSC. What will be my answer with this? What will be the answer? The answer would be 300 comma 1, 300 comma 1. Then it will be 300 comma 1. In dense rank, for the same this thing, for the same value, the rank will be repeated and there will be no holes, right? For 200 it will be 2, 200, 2, and then 100, 3. This is how your dense rank would work, right? You can also acknowledge this. I have covered this in my SQL video. If you have not checked, you can check. But if we write this, this would be the kind of answer that we can expect, right? So now what we have to do is we want 2 as the answer. So we can say select salary, select salary from this thing, select salary from this thing, where just think of it what we have to write. Select salary from this where dense or where basically this dense rank, we will give some name to this. What name should I give? Let me say this as, let's say, as uh, dense rank, as dense rank, and I have to give the table name also from employee, right? Select salary from this as dense rank from employee, correct? Now I can give this, let's say, this inner thing, I can give it a name as, let's say, temp, right? Temp, that means I can use it as a temporary table even though it's a derived table. So let's think it this way: temp where temp dot dense rank equal to 2, where temp dot dense rank equal to 2. So you can see this inner query, what this will give me as the answer. Select salary comma dense rank over order by salary DSC as dense rank from employee. It will give me this as the answer, right? And from this I am saying select salary from this where dense rank equal to 2. So you can very well note one thing, that it will give us two records. We have to find a distinct, right? Because we do not want two, we just want distinct of salary. We do not want 200 comma 200, right? We just want 200 as the answer. So select distinct salary from employee and all of this, right? This is how you have to write this. Let me try running it. Might be there is some syntax error. Logically we have corrected, that's fine. Let's see what will happen. It says wrong answer. First of all, the header should be second highest salary, okay? So I have to change the header here as second highest salary. Okay, let me try to run the code. Okay, some syntax error. Let me just put this there and check. Give me a moment. Uh, okay, where is this ending? Fine. Temp, where temp dot trans rank, right? So we have to keep it where, let me just check. Select distinct salary from this. Okay. Okay, it's accepted. Let me try submitting it, and it won't work. It won't work because when there is just one record, it will give empty as a result. We want null, right? So we should again use the if null function. If null. So what we can say, select if null, if null this thing. That means if it's not returning anything, we want the answer as null, right? So we can say comma null, and then as second highest salary have to keep outside, right? So whatever result we get, the name alias name for that column is second highest salary. So let me try running it now and showing you the result. I will say run code. Okay, let me just check. Select if null. Okay, I missed one parenthesis. That's fine. It is matching now. Do not worry about syntax errors. Logically, you have to think about the query syntax errors. We can correct it just like we are doing it now. Right? Now let me submit, and you can see this has worked. So we have seen three solutions to this. Let me again reiterate what we have done in this case. Do not worry about if null. If null is like if the first clause is giving me any answer, it's fine. Otherwise, we will give null. That's fine. So select distinct salary from this, right? So salary comma dense rank over order by salary DSC will give me this answer. Now if I select where dense rank equal to 2, it will give me these two rows. That's why I have used the distinct clause, right? So I will get 200 as the answer from here. But if in case there is just one record and all, then it would not return any answer. That's where we have used if null condition, right? And remember, this alias name is tricky. Sometimes if you miss to give, it will say wrong answer because it expects you to have this. So it expects you the header should be second highest salary, right? So we have seen three solutions. The I mean, I would keep it all together. Solution one is here. Sorry, the solution one is here, but it's not a generic solution. The solution two, I'll keep it from here just a second. This one. In this, we are using offset and limit. It's a good generic solution. And the solution three is here, where we have used dense rank. The second and third solutions are the generic ones. But if you personally ask me which is more efficient in this, the first one. Because internally, if you see, this would work faster than the other two. Because in other two, we are even using distinct and all, right? So this is how this will work. So just have a look at these three solutions, and I hope this would have given you good clarity. This is a very, very important problem asked in many of the interviews, even though it's simple, but we are not able to answer it efficiently. So you should be aware of this, and this is a quite important problem which everyone should know. It's very frequently asked in all top-notch interviews, and it's a medium difficulty level, right? It's not that easy also, right? It's a medium difficulty level. So fine, I hope you like the session. Do subscribe to this channel, and I'll be coming up with more videos on this LeetCode database problems. So with this, let me end the session, and I hope you liked it. Thanks a lot.